I'm sorry about my lighting, y'all.
All right, people, welcome back. Welcome back, people. This is going to be episode 44, I believe. KD, KD, are
Yeah,
you?
it's episode. Oh
We at
man,
we at 44.
44.
Everybody who's
Woo.
won, say something in the comments. Welcome back. Let us know that you're here. I see a couple people on already. Let us know that you're here in the comments. Say something in the comments. Put up an emoji or something.
I cannot believe this is episode
Katie,
44.
you don't even know.
Wow.
Katie, you don't even know what I'm laughing at right now.
You probably laughing at me about something.
No, I'm about to tell you in a second. All right, Katie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So what's been, you know what? I mean, it's been a while and I'm trying to get to the comments to see who's on here. And I am on chat. I see two on here. Um, it's been a while, right? T, what's been up with you?
Same shit, different day. I'm trying to stay alive in Philadelphia.
Well,
Basically.
for those of you that are on here, I see we got three. As y'all can see, you see T, you
What's up,
see Karen
Angela?
B,
All right, we're
and
gonna welcome. We're gonna welcome our new co-host. First, we have to say shout out to Judge whenever he's ready to, stop watching football or whatever. we still wait. We still waiting on the Chief. So shout out to Judge first and foremost. But we're gonna welcome our new host, our new co-host, aka the Mayor, aka one of Southwest own, aka he's also a shit starter as well as me. So we're gonna welcome our new, but you should know him, co-host Nell.
what's
What's up,
up?
everybody? What's up? Hey, yo, shout out to Judge. Thank you for allowing me to, take over this prestigious platform until you get it together, brother.
Right.
When it's football season is over, Judge be back.
What's up, Barb? What's up, Tara? What's up, Angela? We gotta find all our people.
Oh, you gonna call her Angela now?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her Angela now. I'm gonna call her Angela now.
How about Angelia? I like Angelia.
I like Angelia too, but if her name is Angela, I'm gonna call it. If her mama named Angela, I'm gonna call her Angela.
Well, I started calling her Angelia. I'm sorry, Angelia. I may stick to Angelia.
Right.
But I'm gonna try to change it.
But
It's
what's
gonna
up, Nell?
change your habit.
How you doing, Nell? How those Cowboys doing over there?
Man, we tired right now. They killing me, giving me anxiety, but we ain't losing.
Right.
I mean,
The green team lost today, so I'm in good spirits because the green team came back down to playing it. What's up, KD? What's on your agenda today? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired, been busy, but blessed nonetheless. And I have missed you ladies so much. I know that we have been keeping up with each other a little bit by Facebook. As y'all can see, I have been on the move, been on the go. And I just want to bring just a little word of encouragement to you. Um, as I'm on the go, a lot of you, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that you don't know, and it's not meant for you to know. It's just meant for God is using me to show. But anyway, I was thinking, how many of you have ever passed by something? Because I was checked into a hotel for a week, sequestered while I was doing an HBO mini series. And the room was nasty. I'm not gonna lie, up under crevices where you wouldn't think to look. And that got me to thinking, how many of us will actually go up on those crevices and find that dust, that dirt?
Right.
The same goes with finding the dirt and dust within your spirit. You got to go into your spirit and find that dust and find all of those particles, those dust particles that have sprinkled onto your spirit. into the form of depression, into the form of mental illness, into the form of just being straight out mean, anguish, or whatever. If you're not in your happy place, guess what, baby? It's cleaning time. Get those dusting rags out and get the dusting yourself off. I can't tell you how to do that. The only thing I can say is find your peace, find your way, and get to cleaning. My way is just simply meditating. So find your way and get to cleaning.
Okay, K-Day. Okay, K-Day. So, do y'all want to start off with the recap? Is our special guest coming now? Where we going? What we doing?
All right, so I think it's imperative that our family, our audience gets to know what kept us away for so long. We haven't been in front of you guys in a couple of months, and that's because we've been working on some things. There's no internal issues. There's no strife. It's just we're busy, and with busyness comes production and productivity. So I just wanted to turn it over to you two for you to explain what you got going on. I know the people are excited to hear this. Both T and Karen have a lot going on right now.
All right, Katie, I'm gonna let you go first, but I want to let everybody know to like and share the video and make sure everybody has subscribed to the channel. So, Katie,
hold up. My Cowboys won.
Oh, they won.
My Cowboys
My
won.
daddy did that.
I can go to work tomorrow and not have to hear the bullshit. So I am happy about that. So to all my Cowboy fans out there, we got one. I'm sorry.
All right, for my daddy.
That's what's up. What's up, Katie? It's on you.
Okay, so what's been up with me? Guys, you know about the movies, you know about the TV. I'm going to get out here so y'all can see something. I am wearing representation right now. So I got to come out to some lights. I am wearing representation. Y'all see that?
Right.
Irreconcilable Differences. That is the movie where I co-starred as the mother, and you will be able to view the movie if you have not had the opportunity to do so, which most of you have not. You can view the movie October the 21st through the 23rd for the International Peachtree something festival, but it's the Atlanta festival that they have every year, except for it's held virtually this year, and you can purchase a weekend pass for only $29, where you will be able to view the movie all you want along with 40 other movies. But you want to get it so that you can watch Irreconcilable Differences and watch Karen D as Mama Estelle. And if y'all watch the show of Heels, which I have not had a chance to see, I'm on Heels, I'm on Johnson's, I'm on The Resident, and currently I am just finishing up with The Staircase. And I can't tell you what it's about. I just can't show you anything about the set, but it is a true story of Michael Peterson when he killed his wife. So that was quite interesting to be on, and got a chance to meet Patrick Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, and Maria Shriver's son. He is so cool because we were there 17 hours a day, and I happened to be right behind him and the rest of the stars. So yeah, we became fist pump buddies, and it was a great experience. And on to the next chapter.
Right. All right, everybody, throw some emojis up in the comments for Katie because she's been working hard and traveling, and Katie, we miss you.
Appreciate it.
Before we go to T, I want you to get back up out your seat for me real quick, if you don't mind.
Get back up.
Yeah, and go outside your door again. So when we talk about within our community, Sunday Night Wine Down / Friday Night Lights, Telemate Kicks, we always use one of the phrases that we use is shining bright. You can look outside her window, or when she's outside, the sun is still shining where she's at, and that's the true testament of her shining bright. But if you take a couple of steps for me and walk in front of that car that's sitting parked outside that in the garage, right there, that car that's right behind you.
Oh, the car.
I don't think people know, but a few weeks ago, Karen was involved in an accident, which could have impeded her progress from doing what she's doing now. She took a couple of scrapes, couple of bumps, went to the hospital, got patched up, and was right back on the road again to starting to film the current project that she's working on. So that's the true testament of somebody that's covered by God, but also has an agenda to being something more than just words. So we applaud you here at Sunday Night Wine Down for your strength, and everything that you've been through, and then everything that you got looking forward to. So we can't wait till we see you on a big screen, so we can say we know her.
Right. All right. Thank you, Neil. And with that being said, my car was totaled, unfortunately. So, yeah, Karen D has to be on the lookout for a car because they want me in North Carolina ASAP. So I'm not worried because I know that I will soon be on the road.
Right. So the man, myth, the legend.
All right, people.
The legend here.
I just want to be known as a shit starter. On this show, I just want to be known as a shit starter.
The shit starter.
The shit starter.
We all know that, T. We all know you are that one.
I've been DJing, making t-shirts as well. This is a new one. If you know, you know. You know.
What does it say? Stupid as a oh my God. That is so you.
KD, come on, KD.
That is so you.
So I've been DJing, making t-shirts. Also, I know everybody's waiting on the new book. It's coming soon. Don't worry about it. It's coming soon. The new book is coming soon. And I've been doing my new show with my co-host Nell, Telemate Kicks, every Wednesday. So that's what I've been doing. A lot of this and that. Taking care of the kids. Working. Getting to it. Same shit, different day. But we back for y'all. So we gonna get to it. What's up now?
So what I've been working on is just working on, infusing myself into this great family that we call Sunday Night Wine Down. It's taken a lot of work on my behalf. I'm filling some major shoes right now. Leon Judge, who isn't replaced at all. It's just we're filling in for him at the time. So he's been grooming me, helping me, get ready for this moment. I reached out to him, sometime last year when they were working on their, last season. And we're just like, yo, bro, let's put something together. And he's always been an intricate portion of, where I'm at today as far as this podcast world is going. And also a great dude. So I wanted to give him, his shout outs. But working as I always am, working on a new project too within myself. Something I'm going to be bringing forth to you guys, pretty soon. I'm in the management field now that I just took on that responsibility. So just trying to do and be positive out there and just, bring y'all great content. So that's what we got going on, and just happy to be a part of the Sunday Night Wine Down as a, not just a fill-in, but just as a regular member now. So thank you for welcoming me.
Indeed, good brother. Indeed. All right, people.
All right. And people, please like this video. I'm only seeing like one like, and that's my like. So please like the video. The views are great, and they are the most important, but the likes do help. Please like it.
Right. So where do y'all want to begin?
Well, I want to say, first of all, I'm glad to have the mayor on the show. The mayor just came in, y'all know how busy I am. And I tell T and Leon all the time, truth be told, they carry the show. I just come on and talk. So when we had a little short meeting, I told T, I said, well, it's on you. Honey, the mayor came in, boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor just took right over. So Judge has groomed him well. And yeah, you will be seeing Judge face from time to time. Trust me. I talked to him today. He's not getting off. Trust me, you will be seeing him from time to time. But I am excited, T and Nell, about our guest tonight. I don't know what time we're bringing her on, but I am excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this one tonight. I'm glad that we actually tapped in with this one. Y'all going to have a good time with this one.
All right, now you want to introduce the topic while we wait for her?
Yeah, so the topic of this evening is we're going to touch on something that's prevalent in our community, which is domestic violence. Domestic Violence Awareness Month is next month, which is actually in like 8-9 days. So we wanted to bring this young lady on just to tell her story, but also not just her story of survival, but also her story as a counselor, someone who mentors other young ladies and other women in this very thing, but also just being able to tell her story and living in her truth and just showing how strong of a survivor she is.
And also, anybody, if y'all have something to say, a comment, you want to share a story, or say if you've been through it, you can post it in the chat or in the comments. And we can welcome our guests. Say a comment, you want to share a story, or say you can post it in the chat or in the comments. And we can welcome our guests. Sorry, you got an echo. Turn that down.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yeah, live from New York City, Miss Tara Paris.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
It's so great to see you face to face.
I know, finally.
Finally, we talk, through Facebook and Messenger, but it's great to see you face to face.
Right, exactly.
They throw it.
Hey guys.
We showing you love in the comments right now, Tara.
Hey, my beautiful people. What's up?
All right, Tara. You can, introduce yourself and go into your story.
Okay. Well, my name is Tara, as everybody knows.
And we love that shirt. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, well, of course I got a rap. Of course.
Say no, Tara, let us see it.
If you can see.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right, gang. Get y'all one.
Exactly.
Get me another one.
I was going to put the white one on, but I said it might be too bright. So I said, let me put on a little darkness.
You're not wrong with that.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm Tara from Brooklyn. And I've been a domestic violence survivor for the past 29 years. Actually, before my daughter was born. I could say that domestic violence has been on the rise since the pandemic. And it's been a factor in my family as well. Because my cousin just went through a little something where now she has a murder charge.
Wow.
Yeah. And this was last year during the pandemic. And we didn't know anything about it. But let me tell my story. I was smelling myself. I was 19 when I got married. Pregnant when I was 22. I had my daughter when I was 23.
Right.
It started out verbally. So basically, we would go back and forth, just arguing about little things. And of course, I was a fast butt. I didn't listen to my mom. wanted to marry this big time drug dealer, and he wanted from being a drug dealer to a user. So that's when the domestic violence started. Like I said, it became verbal until I found out I was pregnant, and then it became physical. It would be nice. I would wake up, he'd be standing over me. It would be nice. I would wake up and he'd be sitting in the middle of the floor. And the minute I come out the room, he'd start beating on me. And the one thing that triggered me was he said, I would never hit you in the face because I don't want your family to know. And you better not never show them. So when I was about I'd say about 6 months, he had went outside trying to get drugs or whatever the case may be. He got locked out.
Right.
Of course, I'm pregnant. I'm dead asleep. I ain't worrying about nobody but getting some sleep. I work 12 hours, and I'm like, I'm not trying to hear nothing. So he was throwing rocks up at the window. I go downstairs. The minute I turned around, he grabbed me by my neck and then put a knife to my stomach. Not knowing at that particular time, the drug dealer he was buying the drugs from was in the apartment too. Only thing I heard was a click. He had a gun up to his head. He said, you better not ever put your hands on her again. And that was the only thing that saved me, because he was saying that the baby wasn't his. Right. Nobody would never love me. I was ugly. I was this. I was that. It was like every day it was something new. I went to work that next day and my mom noticed something. She said, what's going on with you? I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, you're losing weight. You're pregnant. You're supposed to be gaining weight. What's the problem? And I told her he hit me. Pack your shit. Come home. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I said, God was looking out for me, because the minute I walked up the stairs, I had an eviction notice on my door. He wasn't paying the rent. Mm-hmm. I walked in that apartment, packed my stuff, called my mom, tell him to have everybody up here tomorrow morning. My mom said, no, tonight. I said, no, tomorrow morning, because he was like, just stay with me for one day. And me being so frightened because he kept abusing me, I'm like, okay, I'll stay this one night. I didn't sleep that entire night. When my family came, my stepfather was ready to blow his brains out. Like, seriously, I'm like, he's not even worth it. When I left him, he still followed me because he knew where my mother lived.
Right.
And it was like, every day I would go to work, I see him. Come home, I see him. To the point where, okay, let me go ahead and, satisfy him by going somewhere with him so he wouldn't bring my family into the fold. But my family was already wrapped up in everything because I was stealing stuff out of my mother's house just to get rid of him. That's how bad it got. So I had recently told my mom, and she didn't know nothing about it. I said, Mom, he took me to a abandoned building. She said, wait a minute, hold up. What? He took you where? I'm like, anything to get him out of the neighborhood from bothering y'all and stuff. He took me to an abandoned building and I stayed there overnight. When I tell you that was the worst thing I could have ever done, my mother was like, all this time and you're just telling me this? And it was so crazy because before I went in the hospital, Mom told me, listen, if you go back to him, I'm filing court papers to take a child. That was my wake-up call. Like, besides the eviction, my mom threatened to take my firstborn. He ain't worth that. He's not worth it. So I finally got out of it. I had to actually move to that's how I got to my grandmother's. My grandmother said, come here, because he don't know where I live.
Right.
And I've been here ever since. And I had to fight to actually keep the apartment because my grandmother had already passed. But they were trying to literally evict me out of the apartment, even though I was still paying rent and everything. They was like, you can't stay here. But by the grace, I got it. I just actually signed my lease about 2 weeks ago.
Amen.
So what do you think triggered, it going from just verbal to physical?
Because the reason why he did that, because he knew I wouldn't fight him while I was pregnant. Okay. That was his whole thing. He knew if I wasn't pregnant, he would never touch me because he knew I'm gonna fight back. But the minute I got pregnant, he knew I'm thinking about child. I'm not thinking about putting hands on him or anything like that. And like I said, if you call the police, the only thing they tell you is get an order of protection. The thing that got me was he had went to me and my mom worked on the same job. We both worked for the Board of Education. But I had left. I took the package. This is when Giuliani was in office. So I had left. I said, I'm pregnant. I'll take the package. No problem. He went to my mom's job and told her, listen, if my wife don't come back to me, you seen how that guy killed the woman in the family court trying to get an order of protection? That's going to be her.
Right.
And my mother said, oh, really? Now, my mom about 5'5". My mom ain't scared of nobody. It took 5 security guards to hold my mom off this thing. Excuse my French, but yes.
I know that's right.
My mom was like, I ain't no sucker. You ain't nothing but a little punk. You ain't nothing but a crackhead. I don't care. Let me take care of this because I'm tired. And to the point, my mom had to get an order of protection also. She had to get a thing where he couldn't come 20 feet to the house, and he would walk up and down the block. This was after I left. He walked up and down the block, and my neighbors would see him. Like, what's wrong with him? He don't know where Tara is, and their mama would say he never know where she is. The last time I seen him, my daughter was 7.
Mm.
Now, my daughter has contact with him because he found her on Facebook. And she was like, I don't want no dealings with you. I can't deal with that right now. You got to give me some time.
Do anyone of y'all have any questions?
Wow. It leaves you speechless, actually. It leaves a big cotton ball in your throat.
But I tell everybody, if you're in a situation, I don't care if it's verbal, whatever. When it starts to get verbal to the point where somebody put hands on you, leave, because my cousin couldn't do that. My cousin actually been through this for years and didn't tell nobody. When I spoke to her, she told me she had broke her leg. He actually shot her in the leg. I come to find out after this happened, they got into a tussle. She shot him and killed him. So she's going through a lot right now. I think I actually posted the story on my page, but it's been since last year. The year just came up Friday, and she's still fighting. She had to fight for her kids. One of her children is with her mom now. She can't have custody of her because of the case. She has to pay money just a month, just almost $900 just to stay out of jail. So the case is still pending. She actually lost her job because of this case, but somebody took information that somebody else gave her and gave her a job. So at least she's working, but it shouldn't come to that. It really shouldn't. We just had a young lady get killed by her ex-boyfriend. She was pregnant. Same thing, domestic violence.
Yeah, my nephew had just had a classmate about a month ago, beaten to death along with her 3-year-old, beaten to death by her boyfriend.
Crazy.
They flew the bodies home. Yeah, terrible. The bodies were beat so bad physically, and this was not his child. The bodies were beat so bad that they couldn't even show him.
Wow.
I have a question, Tara.
Yeah.
Being a survivor and also being a mentor in this area, what are some ways we can increase self-esteem in our young women so they can have the wherewithal to walk away or even alert someone that the pattern is starting to happen?
That it takes a lot, because if you don't have a close circle like family and friends, only thing you're gonna do is hold it in. You're not gonna say anything. Like my cousin had plenty of family. She had a mom, she had a cousin, she had aunts, uncles, big family. But she only told one person, but that person wound up telling other family members, but they wouldn't get involved because she got mad at that family member for telling her story. But you can't hold stuff like that, and you have to seek some. Even if you don't want to speak to family, friends, get a counselor. Go to look up people information about domestic violence. They have plenty of numbers. You know, the courts. I can't say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything negative because we're on YouTube, but it's BS.
Right.
It's basically BS. It took me approximately 6 months just to get an order of protection. And I went in the courtroom and the judge was like, well, you're still married to him. Oh, I'm supposed to get a divorce in like 5 days, so you give me an order of protection. I'm telling you what this man did to me. And he was like, I'm not giving you one. You got to show me proof. What proof do I have to show you? I have to come here battered, bruised in a coffin for you to give me an order of protection? Like, come on. 6 months.
Yeah, they wait until it's too late. I have a question. I have a question for both of y'all. Do you think it's the love or the fear that makes you not leave?
For me, it was fear. It wasn't love. I lost love the minute he put his hands on me.
Would you say, Katie?
It was fear, and the same thing. The only difference was mine began physically abusive. I was 18, and me being so young mistook that for love. The first, I'm like, oh, he loved me, he hit me,
Mm-hmm.
Then my first warning should have been when he saw me one day, and I was only 18, and we wore tube tops longer then, and he came by to visit, and he called me to the side of the house because my family and stuff was there. He called me to the side of the house and took and snatched the tube top down and slapped me.
Oh, wow.
And that should have been my first indication right
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how long you stayed in yours, but I stayed in mine because you're gonna leave those situations. It's just a matter of how you're gonna leave it. You're gonna leave by way of, you just get tired of it. You're gonna leave by death. You're gonna leave broken. You're gonna leave battered. But the only thing now that I've been through it, the only thing that I know that can cure it is to stand up to them, because they really are cowards.
Yes.
They
Definitely.
are the biggest coward. Because what I done was I grew in mine. And once I grew so strongly, it went from physical to verbally. Went from verbally to financially stripped me down, trying to break me down.
Wow.
I slept in my car. That was nice. I slept in my car because I wasn't going to break. I was through breaking. I was tired of being broken. The more I was broken, the harder I fought. I didn't have money. I would have $5. I didn't care. I'll buy me bread and a pack of cheese as long as I had my coffee and my creamer. I didn't care.
Right.
And by the grace of God, I always seemed to make it. But yeah, it was always threats about, I'm not, don't you tell nobody, you better not tell your family. I've had broken shoulders. A friend of mine, they would see me come to work, with black eyes and bruised up. It's one of them things where a woman has to be very strong to come out of it.
Yeah,
very
definitely.
Strong. And the night that the gun was put to my head, one of my instructors, I was in school, in night school, and one of my instructors called there because they had also started me to substitute in his class. And he called to give me the lesson plan. Now, this man was married. He called to give me the lesson plan. And because he called the house, that's why the gun got put to my head.
Wow.
So, the stories could go on and on, but I stopped it. The way it got stopped was I knew the pattern. I knew it happened on a Sunday. I knew the pattern. And one Sunday, I just said it wasn't going to happen anymore. He was going to die. He was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have any questions before we go through the comments?
No, I was doing some research and looking up some things, and I know Karen, I can't even think of your names. I'm just so flabbergasted. But Karen had touched on a couple of points of what domestic violence looks like. It's not just physical abuse; it's also sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and economic abuse. Those are things that we should be on the lookout for, and not just the physical aspect of screaming, kicking, punching, pushing, but also forceful sexual acts and sexual assaults and sexual threats. Emotional threats, manipulation, lies, stalking, name calling, unnecessary long texts. Those things that the domestic violence awareness advocates are saying, those are just behaviors of a domestic violence aggressor.
Absolutely.
And then economic abuse, denying access to bank accounts and other financial platforms, not being included in conversations when it comes to funds. Be on the lookout for those things, because those are patterns that someone with a domestic violence trait or you being in a domestic violence situation could rear its ugly head.
And see, that's the thing. That was my mom told me that was the smartest thing I did. We didn't have joint bank accounts. I had mine. He had his. Well, of course, he didn't have his anymore because he used it on drugs. But I never, ever changed my last name because I don't know what it was, but you know how you get this gut feeling like, don't do it? That was me. And then I come to find out so much stuff after I left him. I'm like, thank God I didn't do the change of the name and all that stuff. If I decide to get married again, of course I would. But it's like Darnell was saying, it's so much things wrapped up into this domestic violence stuff. I can go on and on and on about stories, but I'm not. I hear.
So, what are y'all red flags for y'all to give, to people that's coming up and, not even begun, their domestic violence,
The first red flag I would say is if it becomes verbal and like insults. Like, oh, you ain't this, you're not attractive, or you must like it. I've actually been in a relationship where I don't have a problem sharing my information because I don't want to jump into one domestic thing and get into another. I actually shared this with somebody and they told me, well, if you get into this relationship, it might happen again. That's nothing to be playing with. The minute he said that, because I don't play with that. You can say what you want to say, but if you're going to tell me, oh, it may happen again, gotta go. See you later. I'm not sticking around to see if it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. And if you happen to share your story with somebody that you're going to get in a relationship with, and months later they bring that into the scenario, dead it. Because it's going to continue. All the insulting a person is domestic violence. Bringing them to their lowest point is domestic violence.
So what's your red flags, K-Day?
Wow. See, I went through it so long ago, and because I went through it so long, I have became so strong. Jealousy. Never, ever, ever mistake jealousy for being love. That's the first thing, okay? Because
can you expand on that from a woman's perspective on what jealousy looks like? And not from the male's perspective, not from what you see from being not from where you get it from a male's perspective, but just genderizing jealousy, what that can look like for both parties. Because one thing that we come to realize is domestic violence affects the home, which are both individuals. It could be both male or female. So I'll allow you to expand on
that. Well, for me, the jealousy was if a man spoke to me when I got home, I got beat. So,
wow.
that's, I mean, I didn't even have to know the person. If the person looked at me when I got home, I got beat. Um, the, you have the respectful part, because when you're in a relationship, you are going to be respectful, you know. And yeah, if even that go for a female, if you feel like you're being disrespectful, then you know you're gonna speak on it in a way, you know, that without, well, that you can talk about it, you can
Right.
discuss it. But when it comes to the point of, you know, you got to argue, that's the number one sign for me,
Mm-hmm.
because now I found my place of peace. I refuse to have that peace disturbed. So if you have to argue about it, something is not kicking right somewhere.
Absolutely.
Um, I mean, like I say, it's just I did I did have to do this. I had to come to realize that he had to have went through a problem in order to impose those problems. So I had to come to an understanding and um forgive him for what he did in order to move past what happened. I mean, right now we're the best. Yeah, well, I would say the best friend. Okay, I can't go that far, but I could definitely be the best of friends because I hold no hard feelings whatsoever. Because holding the hard feelings was only gonna hurt me. I had to release and let go.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God that I learned what I did. And like I said, now I became maybe too hard, because I was forced. I mean, I lived the life of a single woman for years as a married woman, if that make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what it means to have to struggle. That's why he couldn't break me. You know, he took every penny of the money out of the bank one time except for a dime.
Damn.
I mean, I was riding around with no insurance on my car. Girl, when I tell you, but I never would stop going. And people couldn't even tell that was going on with me. I mean, this is in recent years now. I am not talking about something that, no. This is when I was acting evil, which is what brought us to the divorce, because I realized, you know what? There's no need of me being committed with someone who obviously is not going to be there for me. We obviously have grown apart. You know, you're still going to be bound down by contract to a certain extent. And, you know, all of the time that I was accused of cheating on, you now see that you had one hell of a wife and let it
Mm-hmm.
go. So
So,
I feel like I'm being blessed for being the strong person that I was, that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Peach wanted to ask y'all, what about, did y'all have problems with what you wore?
But what you wear?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, of
Oh
course.
yes.
What you breathe to, girl? What you talking about? Tell
Exactly.
you how to breathe,
The
when to
way you
breathe.
walk, the
What
way
you
you
talking
talk, the
about?
way you
Yeah,
breathe, the way you sleep,
you
what
can.
you
I'm
put on your
telling you.
body when you get out the shower, the
Yeah,
whole
smelling
yes,
drawers when you come in. Looking at mileage on cars and stuff. I
smelling
mean,
you, the
looking at
whole I went
smell.
and here I am with a big belly. What am I doing? Like seriously. He would smell me coming in the door. I'm at work. What do you mean? He said it takes you an hour to get here and an hour to get back. If you're a minute late, I'm
Mm.
smelling you. Well, guess what? You be smelling every day because the trains don't run like that. Sorry. And he would. Every single day he would smell me. I'm like, I don't believe this. I don't believe I'm actually going through this.
Let me tell you, I was 5 minutes late one day coming from work, and I gave my sister-in-law, who was married to his brother, a ride home every day. And I was 5 minutes late. and we lived up some apartments at that time. We weren't even married at that time, because now that's one thing I will say. He didn't hit me. He hit me one time when we were married. That's when I stopped him with the knife. But I came home one day and I was 5 minutes late for whatever reason. It wasn't anything. I think I stopped by the store. But anyway, we lived up 16th flight of stairs. And when I walked up those stairs, he opened that door and I saw the look in his eyes, and rather the face, what I had to face going into that apartment. I kid y'all not. I jumped from the top of those stairs.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I jumped from the top of those stairs, ran and got in my car. He chased the car. He tried to reach into the car to get me. And been through some shit. That's all I can say. Been through some shit.
Mm-hmm. It's more details, but I'm not even going to get into it.
This can be our 3-part show right here.
Yes, definitely.
Mel, can you go through some of the comments?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just reading the stories, Angela said I was in an abusive marriage and relationship. Like Karen, I had a gun put to my head, but he pulled the trigger, and I'm here by the grace of God.
Mm.
But look at us now, triumphing with a story.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
That's
we
right.
have another one, Cheryl Holiday, who said I also was in an abusive relationship. That's why today I don't like anyone raising their voice at me. PTSD is very, very prevalent in a lot of these situations. Queen Peach again says, my daughter experienced domestic violence. I'm blessed she came to me for help. Her fears were holding her back. I told her and my grands to come home.
Mm-hmm.
The constant message in that is it's constant. It's not just 1 in 55 million people. It's 1 in 2 people are victims, have been a victim, or know someone that has been a victim of domestic violence.
Every second.
Mm-hmm.
Every second.
And that's crazy because what's the old adage that every minute a baby is born?
Right.
That's every minute. So every second, that's more times than we are producing.
And it's gotten much worse. It's gotten much worse since the pandemic. It's gotten much worse.
It has. Because they're stuck in the house more now. And see, that comes along with what I said in the beginning of the show about dusting off those particles.
Mm-hmm.
Those dark spirits get in there. You don't get them dark spirits off of you and from around you.
Absolutely.
That darkness.
And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually just started seeking therapy in 2019.
I never had therapy.
I had to, because it was like PTSD, like she said, like he was saying, little things would trigger me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm sitting there and just literally bawling my eyes out and people are like, what's wrong with you? When he came back into the picture, when he started getting in contact with my daughter, all that stuff came back. Right. So I had no other choice. I said, I got to get some help.
You'll never heal from it.
I'll never heal from it. But now I am. And the bad part about it, when I was pregnant, my daughter had reflections of what I went through, because she used to constantly cry for hours until she was like 2 months.
Wow.
In the evening time, like during the day, she would be fine. In the evening, from like 9 to like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, not normal baby crying. I mean, just consistently crying. And the doctor told me that would happen.
Something that struck a chord with me that you ladies both shared is when we asked the question about self-esteem, but then you also you said that they felt inferior. There was an inferiority over you. And they made you feel less of yourself. They took things from you to make you feel belittled or belittle you with disrespectful comments and actions that made you feel like you needed them. I know me and T, I know T can share probably the same sentiments when we say one of the things that we look for in a mate, a woman, someone who we're going to spend our time with, is someone who brings something to the table. That's a narrative nowadays, right? What do you bring to the table? And one of the things that I look for, I'm sure he probably feels the same sentiments, is self-esteem and a love for yourself, right? When you love yourself, and I know all you ladies do, I'm not saying you don't, and I'm not saying at that point you didn't, but when you have a vigor about yourself and you know who you are, you know your strengths, and you're true to yourself, no one can kind of play on that. Right. And I see that strength in you ladies, hence the reason why we have such a dynamic panel, have such a dynamic family in our Sunday Nite Wine Down, just the pure strength. But I want to say that to ladies out here, stop putting yourselves out there for someone to take care of you and be your own care. No matter what, if somebody walks away from you, somebody does something to you, you can always pick up your shit and you can leave and never not depend on nobody. And that makes that person, God, it shouldn't be like this, but they understand I can't just do and say whatever I want. Right? Because I'm going to lose probably the best thing that's a part of me, and that's that person, right? When you have strength, it's hard to break that.
Amen.
Because you speak up for y'all start to speak up. Your dialogue is a lot different in arguments and conversations. Your moods and your whole moxie is just a whole different when you know what you got going on for yourself, and you know at any moment, I don't need this, I can go. Right? And I want to say that to ladies out there, please stop just wanting to be in a situation just because it's a situation. Be in it because it's meaningful, it's productive, it's growth and strengthening for both, and not just existing. Don't come to the party just with your bag in your hand. Come with something that will reinforce your presence and let people know that you are there and they can't take advantage of it.
That's right.
One other thing, to the family members and friends that are on the outside looking in, because we can kind of see when things are wrong. We kind of try to give you the space and opportunity you need to come to us. What are things that we can do to help those that are involved in this? As far as giving a shoulder, what things can we do? And then we're going to let that be the last question and topic, because we got to move on to the shit starter, which is ideology. And then we're going, because this is going to be a 3-part series that's going to lead us up into Domestic Violence Week. So this is just part 1 of the dialogue.
Well, for me, in actuality, my sister was the one that noticed everything. My sister was on it. She said, okay, what's going on? Because I see things that you think I don't see, because she's seen a bruise on me. But she didn't tell my mom. So every weekend, my sister would come over there. That's what my weekends with my sister. I think that's why I named my daughter after my sister, because they act just alike. But not only that, my sister was my savior. Because I don't think, if she wasn't there, I don't think I would have made it. But if you see something, if you get a little inkling of somebody in your family, whether it's a friend, family, whomever, getting abused, ask them. If they don't want to answer that question, just keep eye on them. Just look for things that change. It could be something in the house. You could even if they have children and the children are witnessing this thing, they can actually pull the child aside. You may not get the answer you want, but you can tell. It's just like little things that you notice. With one of my friends, actually, her daughter used to sit by me like she was running for her life and hold on to me. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, can I go home with you? And I'm like, why? She said, because mommy and daddy always arguing. I get tired of it. I'm like, They're arguing about what? And when the minute he would walk in the room, she would shut up. So I had asked my friend, listen, what's going on? Because I've been through this, so I know what's going on. And she was like, no, we just be arguing. I said, you can't argue in front of her. If you're going to argue, take it outside. Don't do it in front of her because it affects the child. You don't realize it, but it does. Put it like this. I swore I wasn't going to never get in an abusive relationship because I seen my mom go through it. I seen my aunt go through it for 20-something years. And my mom, she's a tough cookie, I tell you. She raised 2 girls going through domestic violence for maybe, it didn't last but only 3 months. My mom wasn't playing. The minute he hit her, she swung at him. And she didn't swing at him empty-handed. Trust me. A whole machete missed him by that much. She was not playing. So it became more verbal. The minute that happened, he didn't hit her anymore. But he became verbal to the point my mom's like, I can't take it no more. She changed the locks, had the landlord change the locks in the building. That was it. But
man, don't tell no more stories. You might get her locked up. I'm not from Brooklyn, so we don't want no snitching on her. Nah, I'm joking.
My mom good.
But one telltale sign I would like to tell people to look for, your close family members, you know how they are.
Mm-hmm.
You see them come around you with long sleeves on, and it is hot. You see them sitting all the time, holding themselves like this or like this. If they're always holding themselves, that is tension.
That's security. That's their own security.
That is that security. That is that security. Look for things like that. Are they going to open up to you? They probably won't. But what you need to start doing is doing drive-bys up to their house. Now, like me, I don't know, it may get you beat more. Mine came home one day because my brother and his best friend, who was just like a brother to me, was there when he got there. I got beat and told that my brother, that no man, including my brother or my daddy, could ever come to his house. He's not there.
Wow.
Well, ladies, we definitely appreciate you this evening, sharing your story, sharing your truth, also allowing others to hear your stories so they can be on the lookout for that. This is, again, a continuation, so we will continue with this in the month of October, which is next month, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're going to now turn it over to Starter to take us home.
The one that started down shit.
Oh, Lord.
All right. I had something else, but I'm gonna stay in this kind of lane that we're in right now. I'm gonna stay in this kind of lane.
Okay.
So ideology for this week is going to be, how were you raised? Were you raised by love, money, or survival? And how does that affect your relationships now? So that's ideology for this week. Were you raised by money, like your parents spoiled you, gave you some money, you didn't really spend time with you? Were you raised by survival? You got to get it how you live. Or were you raised by love, where your parents, hugged you every day and made sure you knew that you were loved? So how were you raised, and how does that affect your relationships now?
Wow.
Who wants to go first?
We'll let the guests go first, Tara.
I was raised by love.
Okay.
Because my mom, like I said, my mom became a single mother. I was around maybe 16, when my mother and my stepfather divorced. So love was always there. Even through the BS that I put her through with this abuse relationship, my mom was there. Even though she threatened me with court papers, my mom was there.
So how does that affect your relationships now?
I love too much. To be quite honest, I love too much. I mean, I try to do my best to show my love, but at the same time, I might not communicate it as much, and I know I have to learn behind that. You know, I have to get myself together to do that. Even at this age, you have to learn sometime. So I have to keep pushing and do what I have to do to keep the relationship tight.
All right, Katie, it's on you.
Well, I was raised with I would say love. It wasn't the kind of love where they come home and hug you and all that. It was like, you know, it was one of those kind of loves. Like, hell, I love you. You know what I'm saying? It was never verbally said, but you knew. But it was also off of survival because my mom and my dad both worked, and my oldest sister was raised by my grandmother. But my mom had me in the kitchen cooking at the age of 11, and I had to cook meals for the family. And she told my daddy, you can either eat it or you can cook for yourself because I'm not cooking. So I had to be a survivor. But I will say, I've always been a daddy's girl. I cannot even lie. So my daddy would give me allowances every week, $20 allowance. But
Hold on, Katie. Let me stop you right there. Hold on. I need to let people know that when I was growing up, there was no such thing as allowance. That was some shit that we saw on TV. you didn't get allowance. Like,
you didn't get allowance.
No, so when y'all start talking about allowance, I just gotta let y'all know that wasn't a real thing for us in the hood. Like that was something that we saw on TV. What was it, on Different Strokes or some shit?
Yeah, I used to get allowance. My grandfather used to give me allowance. My grandfather used to give me $50 every week.
Damn.
Yeah, I was a spoiled brat.
You was my daddy would give me $20 to $40 every week. My mom gave me 10 per week, but I made my own money because I knew how to braid hair. I would braid my own hair. I started braiding hair in the neighborhood, and I would sell ice cream cones stuff. I mean, every week I had $100 in my pocket easily because I always hustled and made mine, so I had to survive.
All right, Katie. So how does that affect your relationships now?
My relationships, probably. I mean, not that I've had that many relationships, but what would probably me being overly independent. Okay. Don't know how to ask for anything. Wasn't built like that.
Mm. Mm-hmm. All right, now it's on you now.
I was raised with both love, and I would say by default survival, and I'll explain. I lived in a home with my mother and my stepfather. My stepfather's been in my life since I was 1, so I knew him. He's kind of the only man that I knew as far as fatherly is concerned, up to a certain point. My mother loved me, showed me love, showed me what it was to love myself, to work hard for what you want, to be self-sufficient, but also be loving, and take that love that you have in your heart and distribute it amongst people that you care about and that's in your circle. On the flip side, survival, I had my father, who was my biological father, who I knew of. It's not like I didn't know him. It's not like he was a ghost. Who I needed his love, and I didn't know that I needed his love, but I needed his guidance because that's my father, and I didn't get that from him. All he was at that time was a child support payment, and a frequent driving past each other. Oh, that's my dad. We pull over. I have a few, a conversation with. So that's what taught me how to survive as a man and not be dependent upon somebody else to do something for me that I can do, that I have to go do for myself at some point. So yeah, the allowance thing didn't work in the hood. That's not what we did. You asked your parents for an allowance.
Right, I don't know what that is.
Your sneakers. That's your allowance on your feet.
Right.
You know what I mean? The bed you laying is your allowance and shit like that. But how has it affected me now? Both those situations were needed because my mother's love, my stepfather's love, that camaraderie that they had as two, that built that foundation for me to realize what a man is, how a man takes care of his responsibilities, be it his or not. That gave me the strength to be who I am today. But then on the flip side, my father, who was supposed to be my responsibility, or I'm his responsibility, not being there the way that I needed him to be and he should have been, is the reason why I'm tough, that I'm strong, that I'm driven, that I am I gotta get it by any means.
Right.
And it's crazy because now I have a really, really great relationship with my father. I am actually helping to take care of him now. So it's like the role reversals. I'm in his life and I'm present in his life, and he's one of my responsibilities, even though he's still capable and able to do for himself. As his child, I still have to be there to make sure that he's good and that she's good, because that's how I was born. And that's how I was raised to be, just like that. So that's a great question, man. You're going to have me quite to get on the phone when I get off this thing. Call somebody and tell somebody I love them.
Ideology, good brother. This is ideology. This is what happens.
I'm about to make a phone call like, yo, mom.
Well, hey, Dad, I love you, man. Just want you to know.
Look, I'm going to say I was mainly strictly raised off survival. So it was like, I'm the youngest of 3 boys and a single mother. So all of those times when it's like dinner time, it's like, you better hurry up and eat before it ain't no more. And I had to share a room with my older brother. So I went through all that, and my dad died young. So it was just my mom taking care of us 3 boys. So she didn't have a lot of time to pamper us. Like, it was just, she had to make sure the bills got paid and whatever else had to be done. She didn't have time to be pampering us and all that other emotional stuff. So now that affects me now in my relationships. It makes me, look for myself first. It makes me always, if somebody pushes me, then I'm going to push back like 10 times as hard. So it always makes me go for self first, because that's how I was raised.
So you're selfish.
I'm not selfish. I'm a survivor.
You know what's funny about that, T? Because as we were growing up, right, we were always looked upon as always, me and you, right, out of our group, out of our boys, as always having everything, right? But when you tell your story, it's a whole different different thing, because y'all masked it and made it look like that. But everybody always thought, oh, Nell and T got everything. They don't need for nothing. They got their parents, and their parents got good jobs, and they get whatever they want whenever they want. But not knowing what's under that, under that mattress ain't always good.
Right. And it's like they say, you don't know what's going on in somebody's household. And as we grew up, the littlest shit that we had, people thought we had everything. So if I just had like a couple more games than you, people thought I had everything. It's like, no, I just got a couple more games than you. I don't really got shit. I just got a little bit more than you. And that's just how it was.
Let's read some of the comments down here. We got Diana who finally joined us after months and months and
What's up,
months.
Diana?
How are you coming back? When are you coming back?
I know she came back to the
and she was the latest person today.
Oh God!
So Diana said,
Diana
I was
Love.
raised by love and survival due to my mom being a single mother.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Gisette
okay.
also says, we got a lot of survivals in here. I was raised by survival. Love as my grandmom interpreted. I wasn't hugged or told I loved you. My mom went to my mom at age 13. She had no idea what love was, and I was concerned. I was a helper. I was the helper. Isn't that a common theme in our society?
I was about to say,
yes.
that, with our culture,
a lot of us grew up as being the provider, but we were children. Wow.
But that's because a lot of us come from single parent homes. Mm-hmm. So, while our parents was at work, everybody's taking care of their siblings.
Yeah.
That's what made it that way. You know,
latch door. What they call them?
Latchkey kids.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I was one of those.
Yeah, me and my sister were that too also, but my sister was hard headed. She stayed in the street.
But I don't even want to talk to either one of y'all because y'all got allowance. So
yeah, they privileged.
He gonna hate on us.
They privileged.
Where we from, y'all privileged and spoiled.
I was
They ate the
daddy's
classic
little
fork.
girl.
Y'all had them silver spoons.
Right.
Man, please, you had to work for that silver spoon. What?
I lived in a freaking hut. I ain't have no silver spoon.
Yo, that was a great show this evening. I know, you know, we kind of keeping it to we're trying something new this season, trying to keep it right at the cusp of football season. You know, you got some guys on here that love sports. I'm one of them. Mm-hmm. But thank you to our guest this evening, you know, Tara Pierce, for coming on and sharing her story. Also Karen for sharing her story, and all of you in our comments section that is sharing a story. The word that comes to mind when I think of you guys, I'm sorry, not you guys, you ladies, is strength. Right? Not even courage, but strength. Right. Because strength will have you getting up and doing things that you don't want to do in your worst pain, your worst moment, your worst hour, but still making it happen. And that's what strength is. It's not courage. It's absolute strength. And you ladies exude that. So thank you for expanding on that this evening. And we will bring it back for a part 2. And before we close out the month of October, it will be a finale. And we're waiting on that trilogy from Mr. Shitstarter as well.
Let me explain something to y'all. I could go and put out my second book right now, but I need people to understand the grasp of what happened in my first book. And I need people to start learning. Like, shout out to Beans, because he told me one time, he was like, yo, everybody not going to get it, man. And it's hard for me to understand that. That's just hard for me to understand. I'm sorry. I need everybody to understand and learn the lessons. Not just look at the gossip. Learn the lessons that are in the book. And then the second book will be coming soon.
So that man is just telling y'all to appreciate him. Mr. Me.
I'm trying to give y'all some jewels. You got to learn something.
You dig? Before we get out of here, I know we probably got 6 minutes left until 8:30. I just wanted to give us a couple of shout outs to those that are in our comments, our top fans. Like and share our content. Right. Like and share the YouTube page. Like and share when you see those requests pop up on the Facebook page. Share it on your page, because we want more and more people to be able to get this knowledge, to get this to grow this family, to grow our channel.
Right. We're here to educate, and we're also here to learn. And this is a no judgment zone.
Absolutely. We got people on here doing amazing things. We highlighted Karen's her acting aspect of what she's got going on. Y'all didn't even know. Some of you know she has her own YouTube page that she's also growing along with her acting career. So go on there, like and share that. Comment on that. The more we comment, the more we share, the more we like, the bigger her platform moves it up the rankings with YouTube. Also, what me and T is doing on Wednesday nights is short of amazing. Like, we're educating you idiots. I'm sorry, not to call nobody no names.
Get those Crocs and those damn Skechers out of here. Get those Crocs and those Skechers and all the rest of that bullshit out of here.
I'm coming on the show with like lime green Crocs on, okay?
We're trying to
Karen, no.
Lime green Crocs.
We're trying to educate y'all on what the terminologies mean, what's fly, what's cool, what's dope, but just trying to give you a perspective that you might have not understood. And it's a big business. It's probably the second biggest business behind the music industry is fashion, i.e. footwear. So if you want to make a few dollars legally, go buy a pair of sneakers in the store and flip them.
Oh, really?
It's the easiest
Look, got my attention now.
The world. You can buy a pair of sneakers for $100, $190, and you can resell them for $750. $50 up to $10,000. You get the right sneak. It's amazing. Karen, your face lets us know that you don't watch us at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night because you gave this information out week 1, 2, 3.
Karen has been paying attention though, because Karen asked me whether or not I got the sneakers.
We've been talking about making money since day 1.
Right.
We're on episode 16 starting next week.
Well, I'll be there every week. Y'all see me there, but it just haven't clicked in my mind like that.
We've shown sneakers that was retailing at $100, and they now have a price tag of $1,000 on it. That's 110% that you are going to profit from.
Right.
So those are some of the gems that
stock markets. I'm going into the sneak markets.
And you right now, and believe it or not, you are in an area that you would come up on immensely because you're in rural Georgia, and the sneaker stores are not as packed or inundated, or they're throwing y'all more pairs of sneakers than they are throwing us up here on the East Coast, like a Philadelphia, New York, or even in Atlanta, because it's a different demographic out there.
Right, Katie. You probably could get something that I can't get and sell it to me.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Okay,
and we're not paying nothing more than retail.
I'll pay a little extra.
Okay, we're gonna see about that. I'm gonna learn this sneak game. I'm gonna learn about it.
Pay attention, Karen. But Karen asked me, Tara, did you get your sneakers yet? I said nope.
Hold
on. Did she get the question right now?
Yes, you said I got it right.
She putting names in there that ain't even make sense.
What you mean?
I told her to go in there.
No, we gotta look into your answers.
Look into the answers again.
You gotta look into your answer, Tara.
What did I put wrong?
I can't tell you. Then we tell you the answer.
Damn it.
So y'all can see that Tailor Made Kids show is just about like Sunday Nite Wine Down. Although they educate these idiots, but they do have some informative information. Like, damn, I'm serious now. I'm talking about the stock markets. I'm finna make some investment. I'm serious on that.
There's a hustle that it won't be stopped ever.
Right.
You always going to need footwear, and you always want to have people that want to look fly. You get the right pair of sneakers, you can come up.
Well, before we get out of here, because I know we only have a minute left, y'all. This man down here, Neil, is he's not downplayed because most of them know him. I'm talking about the ones who know him. He is Mr. Friday Night Lights. Now, I did not really understand about Friday Night Lights, but I would encourage anyone to really get in there, but mostly women, get in there because it is encouragement on a daily basis. And I know for a fact, this man right here, he's busy and he never, ever, ever misses anyone's birthday. Know everybody's name, and he always make them feel special for whatever they are having, whether it is anniversary, birthday. Heck, he even made their family members' birthday special. So, Mr. Friday Night Lights, Mr. Mayor, Neil, whatever y'all want to call him, let me tell you, this man right here, and also co-starring with T on Tailor Made Kids. And as he said, taking on a new management business. Y'all gonna find out about that very, very soon. He was pushed into it. He didn't have a choice. Y'all gonna hear about that very, very soon.
I know a lot of people ask what's Friday Night Lights, and Friday Night Lights is just an organization that we started.
Is Denise on here?
6 years ago. That is a way of us becoming us as a family, coming together and loving on each other. But also through that is different events and life-changing situations that we have faced. As you all know, I'm a victim of not domestic violence, but I am going through MS. I have multiple sclerosis. We have individuals lupus, cancer, and things like that. Friday Night Lights gives from its own resources and gives back to these organizations to find cures. hence, if you can see me right now, I haven't had a haircut in probably a month right now, and the reason is it's strategic. My father was diagnosed with colon cancer next month, October. The following month, November, is no shave November for those that are bringing awareness to a cause of cancer. So we don't shave to raise money for cancer research. So I hope I can take this all the way up into December. And once I do, I'm shaving everything on to support those that are going through, the perils that is what life has dealt them, by way of releasing, the pain through my hair. That's the reasons why they do it in November, is releasing all the toxicities that come out of your body through your hair. And that's what I'm doing. So that's hence one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing now with domestic violence, because we wanted to bring awareness to that. Next month, we'll be bringing awareness to other things that's going on within our community, resources. I know I had people hit me on this Friday Night Light page about Sunday Nite Wine Down. I want y'all to realize this: we're all family. If you have questions, you have concerns, you want to see something, you want to talk about something, post it on the Sunday Nite Wine Down page, and we will discuss it. Because when we're looking for topics to talk about, that's one that we can say, hey, Diana came to me and said she wanted to discuss this. How can we?
Right.
We'll be having multiple. Financial resources classes coming up. That's one of my areas of expertise, being in the banking industry for 20 years. We'll be doing that. That will close the year out so you can get your finances in order to go into the new fiscal year, not the fiscal year, but the new year, stronger and healthier, not just physically, but also financially. That way, when that domestic violence creep comes up, you can tell that nigga to stuff that shit. 10 cent in that bank account. I got another bank account over here with 100,000. That's how dope, y'all. Right. That's how dope we gonna make
it.
Shout out to my boy T, man. He got so much going on. We do Wednesday nights. He makes sure that he gets us on here every Sunday, gathers us together. He puts up with Karen shit. He puts up with my shit. He puts up with Judge's shit. He puts up with
Karen put up with his shit.
Everybody's shit, right? He's a shit starter, so he's that's what he's about. But he's a loving, great dude.
See, Katie, I ain't selfish.
Karen has so much going on. We often look at some of the comments and some of her responses as, did she say that? Is she serious? Could she be that naive? But the woman is sharp as a tack, on point, driven, and focused. And y'all gonna see how amazing she really is real soon. I swear y'all gonna love it. And this beautiful young lady, to wherever she is on the camera that y'all see her. And
I think she's at your left.
She's an inspiration to us all because single mother, domestic violence survivor,
AIDS advocate.
She's always involved whenever we need her. I can say, yo, T, I need you. Okay. Yo, can you do this? Okay. Always taking Friday Night Light, Sunday Nite Wine Down, Telemade kicks. And just running with it. Be on the lookout for things that she's doing too. She's doing some amazing things. And there's people that's in our comments that I want to shout out real quick. Individuals who's new to the Sunday Nite Wine Down. I seen this person in here and I wanted to give them their flowers because they do such amazing work. Plus, we want to make sure that we highlight our new people. What's her name? I'm joking. She's probably gonna kill me. Cheryl Holiday. She's one of our top process consultants. She's out here doing an amazing job, not only selling her product,
I see it,
but also making sure we all are beautiful in it. So go out there and support people like her. Who else? Queen Peach Gems. She's another one of our entrepreneurs out here that's doing big things. And our girl Kenya Graves. Not only is she an author, she's a dope person as well. So go out there and support these people. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised when you talk to them how amazing these people are. But y'all should already know that.
No, we gotta bring Kenya on one time. She ain't been on that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right?
What's up?
Absolutely.
Is she on?
No, I don't think she on tonight, but I see Angelia. Angelia, tell her.
I thought you were gonna call her Angela.
Look, sometimes
you're slipping.
Yo, and you know what, Sue? Something that we going to try to bring to y'all every week is a sports and entertainment segment. It's only going to be it's going to be a quick 60 to 90 seconds where we're going to run down the scores. Tell them if your team won, tell them about some exciting things going on in the entertainment world, what new pictures we're watching. If you haven't went out there and watched, the Wu-Tang is all that. Clickbait is all that. The new BMF series starts the 26th. That's going to be all that.
And my nephew is in that, y'all.
It's whack. We don't endorse that over here.
What?
Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. It is whack.
Done with it.
I'm waiting on the black version of the Wonder Years, man. I gotta check that out. That's one of my shows, man.
It's supposed to come on this week.
All right.
Man, I don't know about that.
I don't know about it, but I gotta check it out and see. I grew up off that.
I hope it ain't corny. Like, I hope it ain't the unrealistic black family. Like, that's not
right.
I want to see the real nigga family. Like, take them to Redfield Street or something. That's the Wonder Years right there.
Yeah, I think it's either supposed to come on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then it repeats on Hulu the next day.
All right, I think we lost KD, but everybody in the comments, put your hearts up. Make sure everybody likes the video, likes and shares the video, and subscribes to the channel. I'm gonna go through some of these people. Cassette Green, LaShawna, I see you. Diana, I see
you. And I'm right now. I'm feeling like Jada Kiss right now. I want another versus battle with somebody. The champ is here. They don't want to holler. We could do any genre of music. Them versus back.
Somebody woke Kenya up. Kenya.
Somebody woke up. Hey, Kenya.
Somebody woke Kenya up. Kenya, we got to bring you on one time. We got to talk. We got questions. We got questions.
Only you can answer.
Come on one time, Kenya. But KD, are you alive over there, KD? What's happening?
She died?
Must have died.
What's happening, KD? But let's let our guests sign out so we can sign off and get up out of here. Go ahead, Tara. It's on you.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on. Hopefully, I can come back on and share some more information. I do have a couple people that are actually advocates for domestic violence. So if you guys need somebody on, let me know and I can get in contact with them. But otherwise than that, thanks for the love. Be safe out there. This pandemic is no joke. I've been seeing people popping up with this thing and still vaccinated. So keep safe and stay blessed, guys.
All right, Katie.
Hey,
Tara.
T, can we put it out there right now, T?
What's up?
We want Angela to come on our Tailor-Made Kicks one day and talk about her love for the sneaks that she be putting up there, man. We want to know why.
All right, Angela, you heard that?
And that's a full court press.
Right. I'm putting out an APB on you, Angela.
Uh-oh. They coming for you, Angela.
We don't want to hear that you at work.
She can handle herself.
All right, Tara. Thanks for coming on, Tara.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. Throw some hearts up for Tara, y'all.
Thanks, lady.
All right, Katie. It's on you.
All right. Y'all, it's been real. Thank you all for coming back in with us. Please get the word out. Please go in, like I said, like the video. I'm still not, maybe I need to refresh, but I'm still not seeing likes. Please go and like it. Nell, thank you so much for stepping in and filling in the shoes of Judge, which is a big, big shoe to fill, but you did an amazing job. And
shout out to my boy Judge. I know the Tyler's probably whipping his ass, but go ahead, KD.
leave Judge alone. And thank you guys so very much for just insisting that we come back. Tara, thank you so much. I can't wait until we have the second portion of that abuse. With that being said, ladies, you will be challenged throughout life. And it's not just ladies. I've known men to go through the same exact thing. So it's not just ladies.
Right.
Men also can be abused as well. So we're just going to try to bring attention. And I know T will be like, what man gonna call? Let somebody. It happens.
Okay, I know a couple personally, but I'm gonna let you go ahead.
It is easy to happen when the heart is led to not to want to hurt the person. So just encourage and uplift people. And if you see someone with a beat down mentality, don't continue to beat the mentality down. Build them up, lift them up. And in the process, you will also lift yourself up.
All right, Katie. Throw some hearts up for Katie, y'all. All right, Katie.
All right, guys. See you later.
As being a new guy here on a full-time basis, I want to say thank you, Sunday Nite Wine Down, for giving me the opportunity to join this amazing platform and cast. Thank you for always allowing us to push the narrative and topics that actually mean something, and not just hearing some nonsense and talking about nonsense, and always talking about things that's going to push not only ourselves but the culture forward. So thank you to Karen and T and Judge and all the other hosts that been on here, and just continue to keep liking us each week with 7:00 p.m. on Sunday. We're gonna be back with the nonsense, and next week T's not gonna be so light on y'all with it.
I sure ain't. I sure ain't.
It had to be
coming for that ass
because it was going. I heard it was going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm coming for that
got
ass.
a little sentimental. We had to scale back a little bit, but my
Right.
boy, thanks again for bringing me on. I appreciate y'all. I'm here to stay. Let's go.
All right, make sure everybody likes and subscribe to the channel. Get with me if y'all want t-shirts. Thanks everybody who tuned in.
You know what, T?
What's up?
Let's take something of Judge and incorporate it into each show, because he's always going to be a part of us.
Right.
So one thing that Judge always stood on was the standing 8 count, and let's keep that going forward. And I want to do that each week. Standing 8 count, and what we're going to do is just going to take a moment of silence, and we're going within ourselves internally, pray for the safe being of ourselves, our family members, any issues and hardships that we're going through, anything that's troubling us, or anything that we're facing. So let's just bow our heads and give a standing 8 count.
All right, hold on now. Make sure y'all send in y'all topics that y'all want us to talk about, or comments or whatever. Hit my inbox or Nell's inbox, or just leave it on the YouTube channel, and we'll get to it, ASAP. Well, whenever you're ready for the.
All right, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Thank you to everybody out there again for your prayers. For me and my family, lost a sister this week. Buried her this week for COVID. And anybody else that's going anything, please continue to keep being safe. Mask up, get your vaccinations if that's what you believe in, and do whatever you need to do to be safe. We'll see you next Wednesday.
All right, we out. Sunday Nite Wine Down, episode 44.